Hey everybody, I'm excited to be introducing our Module 5 film, where we're discussing independent cinema. And one of my favorite independent films of last year, it was in my top 3 of best films of the year, is an independent feature called My Old Ass. Even though it sounds like a funny title, it's a really well-crafted, poignant indie film. Well directed with sensitivity and written with a sharp script by Megan Park. The film is using the genre of the coming of age story. And we see coming of age stories many times in films. Dirty Dancing is a coming of age story. Some recent films such as Lady Bird, Edge of 17, Love, Simon, Coda. These are coming of age stories. Coming of age stories are usually about a young protagonist, 17, 18, in their transformational trip through a time period of a rites of passage. So they're going to go usually from high school to college. And in these types of stories, they're going to learn some sort of lesson or grow up or become an adult. What's nice about this film, and indie films do it so well, it's very character driven and it puts a fresh spin on a very old genre used in film. So what this movie's about is it explores Elliot, well played by Macy Stella in a breakthrough performance. She's just charming on screen. She interacts with the other characters well. She's just a natural. We really root for her. But she stars as Elliot, and she has just graduated from high school in Canada. She's going to go from her small town, and her family runs a cranberry farm, and she's very close to the people in her town and all that. She's going to go from there to the University of Toronto, and this is her summer between going from high school to college. She's hanging out with her friends. She is bisexual. She's had relationships with both women, men. We meet her and what she does in her town. What happens that's interesting to give this a fantasy aspect of the coming of age story is she buys some mushrooms and goes on a mushroom trip with some friends of hers. And for some reason, fantasy wise, because this is a fantasy, she is able to get in touch with her 39-year-old self, well played by indie veteran Audrey Plaza. And they meet. They're able to talk to each other. Her 39-year-old self becomes part of her realm, her world. And this is the interesting part of the movie. They get to talk to each other. The 39-year-old self gets to give advice to her younger 18-year-old self, gets to do the do's and don'ts of what I think you should do. And then in an interesting irony, we see as the movie goes along that the older version of herself can learn something from the not so cynical, more open 18-year-old self. And this device really works well. And Plaza and Stella work so well together. We really believe they're the same character 20 years apart. The film is very funny, it's very sharp and edgy, it's a little offbeat, and it's extremely poignant, leading to a very poignant conclusion. I really love this film. I think it's a great example of indie films using the character-driven aspect, and also we see a fresh take on the coming-of-age story. So I hope you enjoy Module 5's film, My Old Ass, and I look forward to reading your comments in the discussion area.